Yo, my boy gave me these Lightning 4s and he said he don't wear them no more. He gave me the instructions of make them as close to black cats as you can. Oh, they're fake black cats, they're fake black cats. Yeah, they're customs, they're not actually supposed to be real black cats. So I'm going to be using Jason Markk's Premium Clean Solution. This is my go-to. So the first thing you ever want to do when you're doing a custom, a restoration, any sort of shoe work, yeah, is just to clean the shoes, I beg, because you don't want to have some dirty, grimy shoe. And then you're trying to put paint and all of this on top of the dirt. So just do a good clean first thing every time. So the cleaning's done. That was quick and simple. Now I'm just going to take the laces off. I don't actually need these yellow laces. It's going to be a blacked out custom, so I can just put this in a pot with the rest of the spare laces. Alright, so I'm going to call this section 1, and this is going to be completely on the midsoles. So the first thing you want to do before repainting any midsole on any shoe is to remove the original coat of paint. Because if you paint over it, it's just not going to adhere well, it's going to crack, it's going to peel, you ain't going to have a good time. So I found after doing this a couple times on Jordan 4s, particularly the newer ones, you want to get a latex paint remover. I've tried using acetone, I've tried using sandpaper, all sorts of different techniques, but it just takes way too long and you also end up damaging the foam that the midsole is made out of. For this one it said paint a generous layer and leave for 15 minutes before scraping off. I probably left it too short. I was kind of impatient, but it's going to soften up the paint and then you can get some sort of sharp scraper tool and just scrape it all off. And yeah, despite previous advice, I actually am using acetone here. This is just to clear up the little tiny flecks that are left, like the little small bits. I just got a cotton ball, got some acetone, wiped it off. But I only use a little bit. You don't want to damage that foam. So now I'm going to repaint. For this I got some Angelus black paint and some Angelus 2 hard. You want to mix a 1-to-1 ratio and then do light coats. I see a lot online where people, they do customs and then they put too much paint and you can tell it's like caked on. It just does not look nice. So really take your time and do a light coat here. I think I did maybe 3. It doesn't take that long either. But after that, Jordan 4s, they kind of have shiny midsoles, so I got an acrylic gloss finisher from Angelus. And you follow the same steps as a repaint. Light coats, heat gun in between, you're good. So section 1 is done. Next, I'm going to be moving on to section 2, and that is the uppers. For this, I have one main ingredient, and that is Angelus Suede dye. I'm using black suede dye for this one. I probably should tape it, but I didn't feel like it. For the Lightning 4s, there's no need for acetone because it's like nubuck, it's not your traditional leather. So there's no protective coat. I can just go straight in with the dye. The good thing about all Angelus dye kits is that they come with this like wool dauber, I don't know how to say the word, but a little fluffy thing. And that makes the application of the dye so much easier than using a paintbrush. You just soak it and you'll see, like, honestly doesn't take me that long to do that entire shoe. Ignoring all the touch-ups and the hard to reach areas, it probably took less than 15 minutes. Okay, so the uppers aren't completely done, but I'm going to put them on hold for a second. I want to do all the fabric, so the side netting, the mesh, the tongue, and the sock liner. So originally, I wanted to use my Jacquard textile paint I got about a year ago, and bro, tell me why it looks like that. I think maybe the lid wasn't on properly or something got mixed into there, but why is it chunky like that? I had to get some Angelus 2 soft. I don't even know, honestly, I don't know how much I used. I just had to mix in enough so it was a decent consistency to actually paint on now. So for any fabric painting, this next step is really important. You need to heat set whatever paint that you're applying on there so it doesn't bleed onto other materials like your socks, your laces, or just the rest of the shoe. I would say this is more important than using a heat gun on the actual leather because that just speeds up the drying. This actually cures the paint in the fabric so it doesn't bleed. So make sure you do it. Alright, now I'm doing a sock liner. Neutral level dye, for you guys that don't know, is just clear liquid used to dilute any paint or dye that you're using. Maybe the paint is too dark, maybe the paint is too thick. In this case, it's too thick and I want it more runny. I want it to be more liquid than paint. This one really took a lot of patience. It took so many coats to get it to the color I wanted it. It wasn't getting dark enough. You see in the first one, there's a bit of a yellow green tint, but I just had to rinse and repeat a couple times and then I got there in the end. And yeah, after that I just used a bit of the mixture on the tongue tag. There's a bit of text that says flight and that is bright yellow, so I wanted to darken that up. Returning back to the leather uppers, I'm going to use some Liquid Kicks matte finisher to protect them and to also fix the texture because you see it looks kind of patchy and weird right now. So if you look here on the toe box, you can see the texture is completely changed. It actually looks more like actual leather than it does nubuck. And you know, this actually caught me off guard because I wasn't happy with how it was looking before. I just did it on a whim and it actually turned out very nice. Final shoe fully painted, fully sealed, all done. I got a couple minor touch-ups that I'm going to do off cam before I put the laces on, but you've waited long enough. I'm just going to show you the final look. So yeah guys, let me know what you think. Are these better than the original black cats? If not, either way, my boy is happy with them. He's going to wear them. That's a win. If you're not already, please subscribe, like the video, it means a lot. But until the next time, peace.